Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. Still in this triangle here. I mean, it did break out briefly to the upside. It doesn't mean a lot really. But as you know, yesterday we went with a triangle count here primarily, which I showed you already a few days ago, that this could become a triangle pattern, not just by the shape of it, but by the Elliott Wave count. And you can see we've got here on the chart this ABCDE triangle count, which is typical for a triangle ABCDE. We've now also hit my perfect target for the wave E, and ideally we turn around now, which doesn't mean we have to turn around, but it means the pattern is full and we can turn around at any time. So there aren't really any rules how long a wave E needs to be, but one guide is that it is the 61.8% extension of the wave C. And yeah, remember my video yesterday, I told you 1335, and this is also where overnight we actually got to. I think yesterday in my video we had only reached 1330, and now we've even reached 1335, and we are ready for a turnaround here. Let's see if it does that, but it looks extremely interesting. Yeah, it's always funny to see how accurate Fibonacci levels can be, but of course, this is an initial reaction. The market can still decide to push higher, and as long as we stay below 1373, I would now count this as a triangle, because in a wave E, you can push all the way up to the wave C, but it just must not exceed that. Okay, and ideally we turn around now. This is the best place to turn around. The market generally has an amazing chance to turn around now to the downside and make that new low that we're expecting. Also because Bitcoin has reached a pivot point. Yeah, I said it in my Bitcoin video that Bitcoin here with this move to the upside has reached now the 61.8% retracement, which is an ideal retracement. So it is also here a perfect chance to turn around now to the downside, whereas Ethereum as well has reached a pivot point and could turn around. If it decides to push higher, the next key resistance would be 1370 roughly. Yeah, it just shouldn't push above that in a triangle pattern. If it does that, all of this pattern here, the structure, cannot be counted as a triangle and it will be something else. And if we do that and then also push above 1400, then my view will be that we probably are in a breakout. Depends a little bit on the structure then, but then we would be in this pattern here. But I will only believe this if we are above 1400. And to be honest, I want to see the 5 waves complete to get more certainty. So I want to see 5 waves filled, which would then be a wave 1 in itself, as highlighted here. So we could say if we push higher, we're waiting for wave 1 to complete, and I would personally then scale in wave 2 with a view of rising prices in wave 3. Yeah, so you need to understand, while it is in my opinion very likely to see one more low as indicated here on the chart in a wave 5 in red of C of wave 2, this is not guaranteed. We reached our area, we reached the target area, and Ethereum could very well go higher from here. Yeah, so this is not guaranteed. The market does unlikely events all the time. It's just a matter of which level gets broken and which scenario will get then much more likely. So for me, I'm still in favor of another dip. Yeah, which the whole pattern, the whole structure would just look better with one more dip here in wave C, and then to finish off this wave 2 before we turn around and move up in a wave 3. So for me, it's again buying the next dip. If we make a new low below 1250, I'm going to buy another batch of ETH before we then ideally move up in wave 3. Important is to understand that below $1,000, the scenario gets invalidated or very unlikely. So below $1,000, I will expect that this recovery, which we have on the radar here in a wave 3, which could take us to $3,000, will be unlikely or nearly invalidated. Yeah. So if the price drops below $1,000, it means that we are probably also going to lose the June low at 880, and then 650 might be the next support. So that means that either you need to decide if you buy as well in this area. It's entirely up to you. I'm not telling anyone to buy because I have no idea what you have going on. I'm not allowed to, and so on. I can only share what I'm doing. But if anybody decides to buy here, that for me, the question always needs to be, what happens if we go below $1,000? Do I have a stop loss, or do I put some of that maybe into my hardware wallet? You know, what's my plan? As long as you have a strategy that's not built on emotion, I think you're good. Important is always, in my opinion, you know, if we talk about stop loss, not to risk more than 1 or 2% of my portfolio when a certain trade fails. So let's say we go below $1,000, I don't want that more than 1 or 2% of my portfolio get wiped out. Now I could make the conscious decision to say, I put that into the hardware wallet, I bought these long term, or I say I'll get them stopped out below $1,000, and then I just have to, because the stop is quite far away from here. That's why 1250 was only my first batch, you know, and I buy more as we go closer to support to minimize risk. And important is to manage the position size in a way that it would not wipe out more than 1% of my portfolio. Yeah, so it gives you an idea of position size of this one. And then I think it's time to become more aggressive when we have that next 1-2 pattern done. Yeah, because then it is basically confirmed that this trade is going to work out, because at the moment we have no confirmed bottom in place, but we will have when we have the first 1-2 setup complete. Okay, and that's my update about Ethereum. So hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.